Mind Body Media presents Mu Breathing, a talk by Charlie Badenhop, part of the Seishindo Stress Management Program.
Mu breathing, experiencing nothing. As you start today's lesson, I want to ask you to sit with both feet flat on the floor and both feet pointing straight ahead. Your back nice and straight and your neck and head rising straight up towards the sky. And during the course of the lesson, on a continuous basis, breathe in and out through your nose about 6 seconds in each direction. And as you sit there listening and breathing, please enjoy the various images that appear on your screen. Previously, we explored the concept of Mushin. When you're experiencing Mushin, you're centered and calm, yet active. You do neither too much or too little as you release all extraneous action and thought. And today we're going to be exploring Mu, which in Japanese culture can be said to mean the void, nothing, non-existence. It's pure human awareness prior to experience or knowledge. It is a state of endless potential. When you experience Mu, you experience the absence of thinking as you only notice what is. In this sense, we can say you experience everything and nothing at the same time. And in Japanese culture, nothing is more revered than nothing. It is said that from nothing springs everything. So, with no thing, there is nothing to think about, nothing to hold on to, nothing to have to pay attention to or do. Indeed, the student in Japanese arts is often told to only do nothing. So as you learn how to pay attention to everything and nothing, you will soon discover that you've been missing so much of what is there, here, and everywhere. Your world becomes much more alive, much more animated, and much more manageable and friendly. In Zen, the practitioner is encouraged to cultivate a state of Mu. When the student asks a question, the master will often reply by saying Mu, which is a suggestion that the best way to answer the question is to not ask it in the first place. Better to think and say nothing and keep oneself open to everything. So in this exercise, we will explore expanding the thinking mind to include everything as a way to experience the richness of life. As always, begin this exercise by sitting with your feet flat on the floor, your hips close to the back of the chair, and your back nice and straight. Now, begin to breathe in and out through your nose, with your tongue lightly touching the roof of your mouth, close to your upper teeth. Inhale for 6 seconds or so, and then lightly pause for a second or two, before exhaling out through your nose for about 6 seconds, then once again pausing for a second or two. And then, of course, you inhale again, pause, and then exhale again, over and over again. The expansion and contracting of your breathing process is endless, never static, never stopped, and all this movement is very restful and very energizing. Did you know that your brain utilizes about 20% of all the oxygen you breathe in? When you inhale, have a sense of oxygen circulating throughout your brain and throughout your body as well. Inhale through your nose and oxygen circulates throughout your brain and throughout your entire body, all the way down to your toes. And as you continue to sit there and mindfully breathe, please follow along with the rest of my suggestions. Samuel Beckett once wrote that nothing is more real than nothing. So you might want to sit there now and play with the idea of experiencing just how real your experience can be when you experience nothing. As you continue to learn to cultivate a constant, steady, gentle rhythm with your breathing, you will more and more notice how your thoughts can pass you by, like boats drifting downstream on a gentle river current. And as you learn to let your thoughts ride on your breath and move with your breath, you come to realize that you are much more than just your thoughts, much more than just your thinking mind. There's a life force that animates you and all living beings and all of nature. We share this gift of life with all of creation. We do not own it, just as we do not own the air that we breathe or the love that we share with others. All of life has movement. And as you sit there now, breathing in for 6 seconds or so, pausing and breathing out for 6 seconds or so, feel how every part of your body moves with your breath. Your sinuses, lungs, ribs, stomach, and pelvis, and the movement and flow of blood and oxygen throughout your body. So much movement as you sit there quietly. I wonder, can you feel the moisture in the breath you inhale? Feeling the moisture bathing the tissues of your sinuses and lungs? Unless you're sitting in the middle of a desert, there is moisture in the air around you. Imagine sitting on a covered porch in the early morning. It is misty outside, and the mist is so dense that even though you are sitting on your porch, you can see, feel, and touch the mist. In your mind's eye, take a moment now to condense and capture some of this mist in a glass, and swallowing gently, drink a small portion of this pristinely clear and clean water. Taste the water as you take it in and feel how it travels down into your stomach and begins to bathe and feed the tissue of your body. And then imagine the early morning mist expanding and extending all the way up to the top of a tall mountain. And above the mountain, the mist condenses and becomes raindrops. And as the rain falls, it trickles down into a rivulet, and the rivulet joins with a river. And the river flows downhill towards the ocean with the help of gravity. Nothing for the water to do but go with the force of gravity. The same gravity that is influencing you now as you sit there breathing. Imagine this river emptying into a clean, vibrant ocean on a warm summer's day. The heat of the sun evaporating the top layer of the ocean with moist air rising up and eventually making its way back to the top of your mountain. So imagine yourself sitting there now by the ocean with the air and moisture rising up. As you breathe in for 6 seconds or so, pausing and breathing out for 6 seconds or so, feeling every part of your body moving with your breath. Your sinuses, lungs, ribs, stomach, and pelvis, and the movement and flow of blood throughout your body. And feel the warmth of the sun on your body, your skin. The warmth of the sun evaporating the moisture in your pores, much like the sun evaporates the water on the top layer of the ocean. And this moisture rises up and eventually makes its way back to the top of your mountain, all in a cycle, all in a circle, the circle of life, contracting and expanding, concentrating and dispersing, absorbing and releasing, inhaling and exhaling. As you feel yourself now, sitting, breathing, moving, sensing, and being. Only here, only now, only doing nothing. Without a past or a future, there is only potential. And in this open space, life springs forth, and you and all the rest of life are regenerated. The more fully you breathe without pushing yourself, the more your thinking mind will stay calm and lightly focused on everything and nothing. You will come to experience that your whole body is breathing. Your lungs, your pores, and every cell of your body. And when engaging in Mu breathing, you can have the experience of being an active witness to your breathing process, more so than being the one that is doing your breathing. There is breathing taking place, and the process does not require or need conscious direction from your thinking mind. It is an experience similar to digesting your food or increasing your heart rate when you're exercising. The you that orchestrates all of these activities is not the you recognize when looking in the mirror. It's your somatic self, the intelligence of your body, that's in charge here. And your somatic self orchestrates your breathing as a way of supporting and nurturing your entire self. Your somatic self, the intelligence of your body, experiences and reacts to life intuitively and instinctively, playing a major role in determining your physical health and emotional well-being. The somatic self regulates all of the body's processes: blood flow, digestion, elimination, immune response, the secretion of hormones. And to a large extent, it is the activity of all these bodily processes that leads to the way you feel emotionally as well as physically. And as you learn how to think and feel with your breath, as you learn how to engage in only feeling, only noticing, and your feeling is not based on thinking, you're feeling and sensing the full potential of just being here now, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the universe, fully engaged in life, a life that is void of duality, without a past or a future, without right or wrong, without yes or no. You experience what it feels like to experience nothing, and you have the sense at the same time as having everything. Nothing more and nothing less.